I was called a traitor by a man that I fought for 6 years for standing with these women and refusing to take my name off the discharge petition.
In this clip, we've got Marjorie Taylor Greene, Donald Trump, commentators hyping the Epstein file fight, and a whole lot of ego wrestling. And this time, the title says it all. Trump is a Judas. We're diving into a feud that's practically MAGA civil war. Accusations of traitor, claims of foreign loyalty, and a whole movement split in half over the Epstein files. So here's what you're about to get. Ruthless breakdown, clear hypocrisy callouts, bold takes, and the exact moments where you can pause the video to get maximum punch. Let's do it.
Let me tell you what a traitor is. A traitor is an American that serves foreign countries and themselves. A patriot is an American that serves the United States of America and Americans like the women standing behind me.
This is Greene planting her flag. She's saying she's the patriot, and Trump, the man they crowned king of MAGA, is the Judas. And the wild part, she's not wrong. Trump's loyalty has drifted towards pleasing poor power blocks way too long. Calling her a traitor while he blocks the Epstein files is pure hypocrisy. Then we jump to the host, who immediately crowned MTG, Tom Macy, and O'Connor as American heroes. Come on, let's be real. That's heavy spin. These three are heroes. They're simply the ones willing to poke the establishment bare. Everyone else is flat out hiding. Pretending to support transparency while refusing to show up for credit, classic DC cowardice. Then we get the meat of it. Trump has been one of the biggest obstacles to releasing the Epstein files. That's the line nobody on the right wants to admit. MTG is basically telling the MAGA base, your guy's protecting somebody. And guess what? It ain't you.
Look, Cenk, I've asked you once and I'm gonna ask you again. Is Marjorie Taylor Greene mommy? Like, what is that was amazing. I love that part of her speech, which I'll give you more information about in a second, but your 2 cents.
So look, my 2 cents is that those three people there, Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Ro Khanna, are American heroes. And notice that there are only 3 of them at that press conference. Well, everyone but one person technically voted yes, but why did no one go to take credit? Isn't that weird for the most popular bill that I've seen maybe in my lifetime?
And of course, that bill's the transparency in the Epstein files, releasing the Epstein files, which overwhelmingly passed in both the House and the Senate today. But the the House Oversight Committee just launched an investigation into various banks that have ties to Jeffrey Epstein, which could prevent the release of the files because they're part of an ongoing investigation. But nonetheless, the portion of Marjorie Taylor Greene's speech that you just heard was from a longer speech that she gave this morning ahead of the House holding that vote. And in it, obviously, she touched on this ongoing feud that she's been having with President Donald Trump because Trump has been one of the biggest obstacles in the release of the Epstein files in recent months. Now, the Congresswoman suggested this morning during this press conference that Epstein survivors, with Epstein survivors, that the real traitor here is the one who seems to be working on behalf of a foreign government. And as we know, Trump has seemed to prioritize the Israeli government over the American people over and over again.
This is the moment where the entire narrative flips. MTG is signaling the forbidden take. Trump's America First branding is a lie. He's not serving the movement. He's serving interests outside the country. And if MAGA still worships him after this, then they're refusing to see the reality. Next, we get Greene explain how Trump called her Marjorie Taylor Greene. Irony alert. Trump is accusing someone of betrayal while he's actively blocking transparency on Epstein, the biggest bipartisan skeleton in Washington. And she fires back that releasing the files is ripping MAGA apart. No, Trump refusing to release them is what's ripping it apart. And when she says Americans won't tolerate any more bullshit, that's the first honest line in the whole press conference. The hosts go on a righteous rant about media cover-ups, donor control, and political fakery. And here's the truth. They're right about the corruption, but they're wrong pretending MTG, Macy, and O'Connor are pure. But exposing the political class's panic over Epstein, that part is dead on.
So this came after a weekend of this back and forth between Trump and Greene, including some of Trump's pretty gross comments. So he claimed he had gone, he claimed that she had gone far left, which is hilarious. She has not gone far left. If anything, she ran on the idea of being America first. I do notice that she has softened her rhetoric, and I think she's doing that for a good reason, because she's sick of being part of the gross, toxic partisan divides in the country. She wants to kind of tone things down so Americans unite on causes that they want solutions for. She even apologized for her past rhetoric when she was on CNN, and even got backlash about that from Megyn Kelly, which was really upsetting, because Megyn Kelly apparently had a problem with her doing the apology on CNN. No, she's doing the right thing. And there have been multiple occasions in which I've been on different outlets. Some of them have been so-called conservative or right-leaning, and I have taken responsibility for stories that I have gotten wrong in the past. That doesn't make me a bad person. That makes you a person of good moral character, if you ask me. But nonetheless, let's get to more of Trump's claims. So again, he said Marjorie Taylor Greene is a disgrace to our great Republican Party, which is why today she defended herself from those accusations and insinuated that Trump had abandoned Epstein's the Epstein survivors essentially, and the America First agenda overall. She also said that this fight over the Epstein files was absolutely ripping MAGA apart. Take a look.
This has been one of the most destructive things to MAGA, is watching the man that we supported early on, 3 elections, for people that stood hours, slept in their cars to go to rallies, have fought for truth and transparency, and to hold what we consider a corrupt government accountable. Watching this actually turn into a fight has ripped MAGA apart. And the only thing that will speak to the powerful, courageous women behind me is when action is actually taken to release these files, and the American people won't tolerate any other bull. That's where we are today.
I love that, and I think she's right about how Americans won't tolerate any more of this BS, because there really has been this overwhelming grassroots, and it's not even organized, which is amazing about it, right? Grassroots effort to pressure members of Congress and the federal government overall to release the Epstein files. This isn't happening because members of Congress decided to do it out of the kindness of their own hearts. But unfortunately, what I think is gonna happen is there's gonna be other efforts in trying to engage in this cover up, namely through this phony investigation into banks that had alleged ties to Epstein, in order to say that the files are part of an active investigation. So we'll see how that all plays out. But I think the backlash from the public will be extreme to that type of plot.
Yeah, they're messing with the wrong public. Okay, so the American public has basically awoken, and now we're watching. We're watching everything that's happening. We don't need mainstream media anymore. Now I hope that you all realize by now, they're not in the news business, they're in the covering up the news business. And so, like, they told us that we should hate all these people, that we should hate Marjorie Taylor Greene and we should hate Tom Massey. Well, I don't hate them. So I might disagree with a huge percentage of their votes, but give me someone honest as a legislator over someone dishonest pretending to be on my side.
Yes.
Every time,
yes.
Okay? Because the Democrats, they pretend to be on our side in terms of policy. Do they ever pass those policies? Nope, never. Oh, golly gee, there was nothing we could do. There was nothing we could do. No, you're not on our side. You're on the donor's side. And whose side is the mainstream media on? On the donor's side. They all cover, oh no, those politicians are honest. My ass, they're honest. So I saw who the honest politicians were right here. So everyone in Washington wanted to cover up the Epstein files. Everyone in the country wanted the Epstein files released.
To the core hypocrisy. Both parties pretend they want transparency, yet only 3 members of Congress actually pushed it. Everyone else, Republican or Democrat, is protecting the same power networks. Is it MAGA versus establishment? Nah, it's donors versus voters. Exactly the way they say it is. Then comes the most revealing moment. Pro-Israel mega donors dumping $2 million, $2 million into a Kentucky race to take out Macy, a guy whose biggest crime was not kissing the ring. And yet the mainstream line is, donors don't influence Congress. Right, get real. They own the place. They are the landlords. When Greene is asked if she trusts Trump to sign the Epstein bill, she says, I only take people, actions seriously, no longer their words. Translation, Trump lies constantly, and we're done pretending otherwise. That is a direct gut punch to the movement. And the hosts, they highlight the coordinated smear campaigns, the instant accusations of anti-Semitism every time someone pushes transparency. It becomes obvious. Trump isn't being attacked for defending America. He's being defended for protecting the elites.
It was donors versus voters extraordinaire. WrestleMania 1, okay? And who were the only 3 legislators who stepped up and insisted on it and fought for it? And as they were fighting for it, everybody's like, oh, you're not gonna get that. Oh, look at these fringe guys, Ro Khanna, Tom Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene. You should hate them and you should hate each other, but we're not gonna give you the files. Well, they broke you and we broke you.
I mean, Massey and Greene in particular are risking their careers to do this. I mean, they're now facing primary challengers, or we don't know exactly who will be challenging Marjorie Taylor Greene, but we know that there's already a Miriam Adelson funded effort to oust Thomas Massey from his seat in Congress.
They've already spent $2 million and the race is a year from now. $2 million in a random rural district in Kentucky by pro-Israel donors.
Yep.
Gee, I wonder why. But no, they don't control anything. If you listen to mainstream media, no, you should ignore all of the evidence and the facts because that's what reporters do. Do they fund 90% of Congress? Yes, they do. Do they vote with them every time? Yes, they do. That's the main thing mainstream media doesn't want you to find out. I don't know why, but I guess they think that they work for Israel.
Greene was also asked if she takes President Donald Trump at his word when he says that should Congress pass the release of the Epstein files through legislation, which both the House and the Senate did today, he would sign the legislation into law. She says this, and I think this is a good headspace for all of us to be in when it comes to our representatives, members of Congress, and our president. I only take people's actions seriously, no longer words.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, period. I'm not interested, and my God, does that apply to Democrats? A lot of never delivers. And then the Republicans, oh, we're gonna release the Epstein files. The Democrats are covering up. They say, oh, we're in charge? Oh, cover them up, don't let them know. Oh, God damn it, Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene caught us. They're anti-Semites.
Yeah.
You should cancel them. You know what, once Ro Khanna, if you don't know this, it's important for you to know it, because this is how the thuggery works behind the scenes, and the media are the top thugs. So not only, again, do they not tell you, they actually aid and abet the thugs, because once Ro Khanna said release the Epstein files, all of a sudden charges of anti-Semitism arose. But wait, I thought Epstein didn't have anything to do with Israel. But all of a sudden the guy says, let's release the Epstein files, and here comes mainstream media and everyone else to smear him. Huh, what a coincidence.
Yeah.
But we found 3 heroes out of 535 members of Congress. And apparently they were enough.
This is the moment where the whole story crystallized. Out of 535 elected officials, only 3, yes, 3 didn't fold. And Trump wasn't one of them. Greene isn't the traitor here. Trump is the one blocking justice. He's the Judas of this entire political drama.
So next time, learn that lesson. You don't need that many people inside Congress. You need a lot of people outside of Congress all pushing together. And when they try to divide you and go, you're not allowed to agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene. You're not allowed to have her on your show. You have to cancel her. No, my ass, I have to cancel her. I don't have to do a goddamn thing. She represents the American people. I love it. Let's go get some.
At the end of the day, this clip isn't just about MTG or Macy or bank investigations. It's about Trump being called out by his own movement for betraying the biggest promise he made: draining the swamp. Is he draining the swamp? Is he? Instead, he's protecting it. He stalled transparency, and he turned on the very people who fought for him. Sounds familiar. Maybe that's why the title fits. Trump is a Judas. He didn't betray the left. He betrayed the people who worshipped him. And now they're finally saying it out loud. Thank you for watching and listening to our video. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We'll talk to you in the next video.